Actually, I'm gonna bring my pole with me because I know there's a shit ton of brush. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. So, probably using this a bunch today. So that pole's the pole we're going to next. Ow, man, hand still hurts from that razor bar. Alright. Pull a bunch of slack. I gotta get all over all these friggin' trees. Homeless camps and trash. Probably heroin needles and it's just no bueno. So there's a little bit of a conundrum here. I'll show you here in a second. Let me get this line over these trees. And it doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, we won't get gigged for what they call tree interference. But nobody wants to see a line, you know, curly cueing through a whole bunch of stuff. So I usually try my best to get it as in line as possible with the poles. But sometimes there's just no way to do it. So you just blame it on the trees. Now again, I said this is a 10-pole job. My guess, probably close to 1,000 feet of cable. And how they pay me is, or how I'm paid at least, is I'm paid $50 just for showing up to a job and putting an NIU, or the utility box, NIU, we call it an NIU. It stands for Network Interface Unit. I get paid $50 just for showing up and putting an NIU on the wall, plus your first pole. So if it was a 1-pole aerial, less than 150 feet of fiber, I'd get paid $50. Not bad. Usually a job like that would take me 25 minutes. So well, let's just say a half hour, right? So that's essentially $100 an hour. So I'll do 1-pole jobs all day. And the only thing that sucks is dang it, then you gotta, you know, get in the truck, travel to the next job, you know, and if they're all over town, you're killing yourself in fuel cost. So it's not really $100 an hour, but in theory it is, until you start driving. Now if they're in the, you know, they're next door neighbors and stuff like that, you gotta do, then yeah, you can make pretty close to $100 an hour. Now a job like this, like I said, this is, oh, anyways, continuing what I was saying, they said they pay me $50, 1 pole, less than 150 feet, putting in NIU, okay? Now, anything over 1 pole, they pay me $7.50 a pole. And 10 cents a foot beyond 150 feet. My guess is that this job is going to be around, I don't know, 900 to 1,000 feet of fiber and 10 poles. So I'll do the math later, but it's going to pay pretty good. Probably take me, I don't know, 2.5 hours to do, I'd say. So here's the conundrum, everybody. So I'm actually going that way with my fiber, okay? The nap's all the way down at the end of that parking lot, which you can't see, probably because of the fog. But we have to follow power. And between this pole and that pole, there's nothing going between them. So I technically have to go to that pole first, then take a right and go that way. So, not fun. And all this brush, it's gonna be a major pain in the butt. I'm gonna pull a whole bunch of slack and just yeet that bag as hard as I can. Hopefully I can get close to that pole, and then I'm gonna go down there on that street and run it. So and I have to go on the inside of this pole. I can't go around it because that would be called boxing the pole. All right, let's see if I can do this. It's gonna be a long throw. Okay. Not certain how far that went. All right, I'm gonna go through all this brush, so I'll sign off.